right, so it's 6:25 in the morning. We just stopped for some sustenance and a beverage. Went to McDonald's, got a coffee and Diet Coke and a couple sandwiches. And we got about an hour and 6-minute drive to Snow's BBQ. We're excited. All right, so it's 7 a.m. now. We had just made it through Cameron, and again, we're heading to Snow's BBQ. They first opened March of 2003. And then, you know, Miss Tootsie is the face of the business. She's this 88-year-old lady who is just churning the barbecue pits.
And
the ashes.
Pit master,
yes,
or pit mistress, one of the two. Pit master.
I'd
pit
take
boss.
them both. Yeah, pit boss, pit master. She's actually in the Texas Barbecue Pit Masters Hall of Fame, and it wasn't until May of 2008 when Snow's BBQ was recognized as the best in Texas. And then since then, they've really hired a bunch of people to try to keep up with the demand, because people are coming from all over the place. Like us. We're coming from an hour away. But some people are even coming, you know, these really strong barbecue heads are coming from states away, just to taste some of Tootsie's barbecue. And that's what we're doing. They offer a bunch of different stuff. What are you interested in when we get there?
Bologna sandwich.
I don't remember seeing bologna. Let's more traditional barbecue.
Brisket,
There we go. Brisket.
Jalapeno sausage.
Yeah, brisket, jalapeno sausage. The pork ribs. They even do a pork steak. I don't think we're gonna partake in that today, but definitely get some sausage.
I think they'd get some more business.
All right, enough of the bologna. We don't need the bologna. Just the brisket. I'm really excited to try their brisket. We're really excited. And, you know, just the drive out there is really kind of calm and peaceful. There's really nothing out here at all to look at. So all you have with you really is just your excitement to arrive. All right. So at this point, we're about probably around 18 minutes away. So Toots, we're coming to see you, and we're excited. I don't think that I've ever gone so much out of my way to taste critically acclaimed food, you know, let alone barbecue. But you just gotta take a trip.
Something's calling. There's something pulling. It's like a gravitational pull drawing us to this place.
Yeah, I just finished my coffee, so I feel more of a gravitational push right now.
I can see that.
I'm gonna fight through it, and this is gonna be fun. So we've just arrived at 7:32, and as you can see, there is already a brigade of vehicles. There's Snow's BBQ right there, rip raring to go. There's a man out here selling jars of honey, which,
Look at the line.
why not? Look at this.
They haven't even opened yet.
30 minutes before opening, and look at this dadgum line. There's
The
people
line goes
sitting in
around the
chairs.
building.
There are people sitting in chairs out here. And then just look at all these vehicles and stuff. That's a driveway. That's all for Snow's Barbecue. There she is. There's Toots back there, working hard. We are numbers 179 and 180 in line. We're numbers 179 and 180 in line. Come on, Pops. Long ways to go still. This is everybody in front of us. Goes all the way into the building under there. So hour 2 in line. We're cold. We're getting hungry, and I think honestly, the question now is whether or not we will even receive barbecue. Smokers have stopped, and it looks like they're just continuing to warm them. So we'll see. We have at least an hour left in line. All right, so we finally got our food.
4 hours later.
Four and a half flipping hours later.
It's been 84 years.
They were out of all sides. They were out of the nanner pudding that we talked about. They were out of chicken. They were out of ribs. So we loaded up on some brisket and some jalapeno sausage and some smoked turkey, and
That's it.
and some bread and some onions and pickles. So you know, at least 4 hours later they give us some bread and onions and pickles. Let's go. And some sauce. So we'll make some good sandwiches. Now we've got about an hour trek home, and then once we get there, we'll eat it and review it. And would I do it again? No. Would you do it again?
No, there's got to be a better way. Call ahead, order ahead, and pick it up.
Yeah.
Let's
So we
stand in line.
did see that there was an option that you could call ahead and pick up, which seems to be the way to go, especially if you want to be able to get what you've come out here to get, right? So we're kind of disappointed that we were unable to get some of the sides. We were really excited of those being homemade, but you know, it is what it is. We had a blast, great road trip. Stood in line for 4 hours, but
That's not fun.
that wasn't fun. That was just part of it, you know, but it is what it is. But yeah, next is reviewing of the food. So just real quick, some things that I think I would change, and I don't know, you know,
Observations.
if you agree with me or not, you know, just some observations that I think would have made the process a little bit more seamless. I would love to have received, you know, just because you are in line for 4 hours, I would love to have received an update. Hey guys, just let you know, this is what we have left. This is what we've run out of. You know, because it took till when I got to the front of the line to realize what they didn't have. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of people, if they come for a certain thing, I think it would be nice, especially if you still have 2.5, 3 hours to go standing in line, because the line was that long. Just to have an update, say, hey, you know, if you're here for ribs, we're out of ribs. If you're here for the homemade sides, we're out of sides, you know? Because you can get brisket anywhere. But it's hard to find a barbecue place that has homemade sides. And like I said, we're a little bit disappointed about that. We were really excited to try some homemade sides. But we did it. We stood in line and we got it. Just a few observations. What about you? Oh, also, in the winter, there was one fire pit towards the beginning of the line. I would have maybe had one another 100 feet back, you know, just to keep everybody nice and warm. What about you? Some observations?
Well, places to sit down and eat. They had, I think, 2 picnic tables there on the outskirts. Inside there might have been seating for 40 or 50 people tops.
Yeah, right.
So I would probably either extend that out, get some more seating, or put some permanent picnic tables where people just go out there and eat if they want to.
I agree. Yeah.
They got to have a way to quicken that line. If they need to have 2 serving lines or whatever to get people in and out, it's just horrendous wait.
Yeah. So when you get to the front of the line and you walk into the small house where they chop and slice and prepare your food, it is just one lady who is taking your order and slicing the food. Now, I agree, for efficiency wise, maybe have 2 lines, you know, especially with the demand that they're receiving now because of the Netflix special. I think that would be beneficial, having maybe two lines, or maybe if you're getting less than a pound or something like that, maybe even an express line, something like that. Hey, if you're just getting a sandwich and a side, come to this line, we'll get you out of the way. You know, something along those lines. Just some observations. All right, so 6 hours later, 2 hours round trip, 4 hour waiting. We had the food, but I would just say it was kind of just nothing to write home about. I would definitely say I wouldn't do it again, and it was not worth the 4 hour wait. Would you agree?
Agreed. Yeah, it's the food. The quality of the food was good, in my opinion. The jalapeno sausage was it's a coarse grind and it's pretty lean. I would prefer to have it a little more fat ratio and a little smoother grind. And then the turkey was dried. It had a nice flavor to it, but it was dried out, as well as the brisket. Brisket had a nice smoke ring. Little on the bland side for me. I would have liked something a little more flavorful, but it was cooked fine. It's just I think it was probably overhyped, and so on a garbanzo scale of 5, I'd give it a 3.5 garbanzos.
So, what do you think? Would you do it again, or on to the next one?
No, I would not make that trip again. I'd try some others to see how they compare. But I've had better barbecue.
Yeah,
I just don't think it's worth the
hype,
the hype and the trip and the length of the trip. The expense. It's expensive.
Yeah, it was. They're very proud of it, which, I mean, they probably had to increase the price due to the demand, but we did it. We had fun. We did it. Matt, you're in the shot. We did it, and it was a fun time. And on to the next one. Thank you, Snows.